We're back for the start of the second half. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. Warren Moon, a battle-wearied Warren Moon with 7 sacks, will be back at quarterback for the Houston Oilers. The Cowboys will receive to open the second half. 6 of 13 for 97 yards, but 3 interceptions in the first half.
Actually, you know, in the first half, there were a lot of big plays that Warren came that close to making, and it was only because of the pressure that the defensive front of the Cowboys put on him that kept them from making big yardage. And in the second half, I would expect them to continue doing this. We'll see how they try to handle the front. Vern?
Lee Johnson will kick off for the Oilers. The Cowboys have John Williams and Robert Levette deep. A couple of unfamiliar names to longtime Cowboys fans, I'm sure. Levette is the rookie. Williams out of the USFL. This is Robert Levette from Georgia. Squirms it up to the 23-yard line, from which point the Cowboys take over first down and 10. Coming up this Saturday on CBS Sports, some of you will see the Michigan State-Iowa clash, and others of you will watch Arizona State against UCLA live at 2:30 Eastern Time next Saturday. Iowa under Hayden Fry off to a quick start. They demolished Iowa State yesterday, and Arizona State knocked off Southern Cal last night. Those two games, either of which you will see. Check the local listings for the game in your area. Here's Danny White, 6 of 15 for 78 yards and 1 touchdown in the first half. Dorsett spilled at the 27-yard line. Cowboys will open up with Chris Schultz at left tackle, to Glenn Titensor, Tom Rafferty, Kurt Peterson, and Jim Cooper in the offensive line. Dorsett now 5 yards away from his first 100-yard game of the year. And they were going to spell him rather, with Robert Levette, but Dorsett has been in there the whole way, just about. Second down, 6. Newsom, the motion man. White looks for Cosby. He has Cosby. Downfield block supplied by Newsom, and Cosby out of bounds at the Oiler 41-yard line. That is a gain of 32.
This is an excellent job this time by Danny White of laying the ball over the defender to get it into the hands of Cosby. As you see, he comes around, and there's the ball barely over Bostic, 25, the strong safety. Now he's trailing. Now look at the block by Newsom as he comes back and tries to help out and spring Cosby to go all the way for a touchdown. Good throw by Danny.
Brett Cornwell has come in now to the Cowboy lineup, number 85. He lines up tight to the left side. White on the half roll. Drills it for a diving Cornwell, who makes the catch and a first down at the 28-yard line.
This is good pass and catch. One of the hardest things to do. They always say that throwing a quarterback throwing to the right is easy, but for me it wasn't. That time Danny led Cornwell perfect. He made the catch and then avoided the big hit that time by Steve Brown as he came in and really tried to deck him.
White off to a good start in the second half, has hit his first 2 passes, and the Cowboys have a first down at the Houston Oilers 27. They lead 7-0. This will be Dorsett. Starts through and is tackled near the 20-yard line. And that puts him across 100 yards. There's the record. You want to read it?
39-2 every time Dorsett is rushed for 100 yards or more. Evidently, that's not bad, is it?
That's like saying the Steelers were 46-3 every time Bradshaw threw for 4 touchdowns.
I guess. Which never happened.
Second down, 3. 12:44 to go third quarter. Cowboys on top 7-0. Mike Renfro, the motion man. And he may have been in motion as Newsom gets the handoff. There's a flag down. 2 of them, as a matter of fact. It might have been Newsom who cut upfield too early. Nope. Well, we've got the option here. Holding or motion. Longtime associate Jim Myers to the left of Tom Landry. And Jim Schaffner to his right. Here's the call being...
Illegal use of the hand, number 64, second down.
They got the Cowboy center, Tom Rafferty. He is the old man of that line now. Rafferty in his 10th year, having replaced John Fitzgerald, who in turn replaced Dave Manders. Total offense overwhelming in favor of the Cowboys, but they now have a penalty and a first down, or rather a second down and 13. Dorsett. Ray Childress with the tackle. And that will bring up a 3rd and 12.
You know, in talking to Tom Landry, as we take a look at Childress, their #1 draft choice out of A&M, there's Coach Landry. He was telling us, he said, boy, these guys pursue. I mean, their linebackers pursue, their ends pursue, their tackles pursue. And he said, we've got to do a lot of fancy stuff to really counteract their pursuit. That time, Childress all the way across from the blind side makes the tackle.
3rd and 12. Blitz is coming. And Cosby goes down to the turf to make the catch. If it stands, it's short of the first down. And that may mean Rafael Septien will get his 4th chance of the game. The catch is good.
Once again, you're going to see Danny White standing in there as he's Sinsrud coming around, but Bostic 25 is blitzing from the offside, and White has to unload the ball to his safety valve. 84 Cosby was way short of the first down as Bo Eason was all wrapped around Cosby that time. Now we got Septien in here, and we've got to wonder what's going through his head.
What if they might try a fake field goal? I don't think so, but Raphael, as you saw, has missed 3, and this will be a 40-yard effort, middle of the field. Blocked in the line, but there are flags down.
Offsides, Houston.
Offside, that will not be enough for a first down. And Septien can't believe it.
He's taking a deep breath. Says, what else is going to go wrong today? You know, when this stuff's, boy, when it starts rolling down that mountainside and gathering moss, I mean, it is a tough rascal to stop till he gets all the way to the bottom. Maybe he's at the bottom. Who knows?
Offside, number 24, 4th down.
That is Steve Brown, who came across the neutral zone. Take a look at the play.
There you are, type left of your screen. He comes offside. Now they're going up inside. I can't see the number, but it's Sinsrud, number 67. He's got a real nice nickname.
Mungo.
Mungo.
Septien gets it 5 yards closer, and this time the kick will come from 35 yards away. Okaboom will hold. And Landry will watch as only he can. The shackles have been loosened. Rafael Septien finally finds the area. And the Cowboys have increased their lead to 10-0.
Recently, the $12,000 Chrysler LeBaron GTS challenged the $24,000 BMW 528e to a high-performance duel. Crucial test, the 1986 Chrysler LeBaron GTS beat the legendary BMW, and it will keep on beating BMW.
Ever wonder if your homeowner's insurance bills are getting bigger than they should be? Allstate makes it easy to find out. The next time you're in Sears, just drop off your current policy at Allstate. While you're shopping, we'll do everything we can to cut your costs down to size.
Good news?
Yeah, an insurance bill we can handle.
So can the mailman.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
A member of the Sears Financial Network.
There are some who aren't fond of indoor stadiums, but then there are times when all of us are in unanimity. There is a heck of a thunderstorm going on outside, but we're nice and dry in the Astrodome. The Cowboys go 60 yards in 7 plays. Key was a pass to Doug Cosby, and Rafael Septien gets the field goal. He's now set to kick off. Steve Tasker and Willie Drury are the big men for the Oilers. I'm not sure it was an intentional squib kick, but squib kick it was, and Tasker's got it. Number 80 from Leoti, Kansas. And he gets it back to the 24 where Bill Bates made the tackle, which is no bulletin. Let's watch Bill Bates in action on the special teams, Terry.
Well, this is something I never had the good pleasure of performing on with specialty teams, and thank goodness I didn't. But Bates is this guy was the all-pro special teams guy. He goes down through there, filters his way through, come out of Tennessee where you learn how to filter your way through everything up there and makes the tackle. He's been doing it for a couple of years now and doing it better than anyone in the National Football League.
10:38 to go, third quarter. Oilers' first offensive set of the second half. Hand off to Mike Rozier. In Philadelphia, the Eagles are at home to the Giants, and Paul McFadden has just kicked a 41-yard field goal to break a scoreless tie. I told you the Eagles were resurgent. You didn't believe. Oh, ye of little faith. I'm in a state of shock myself. Second down and 7. 10:05 to go, third quarter. Moon has had a long afternoon. Steve Tasker has come in as a wide receiver, wide to the left. Quick flip out to Tasker, number 80. Bobbles it, holds on. That's his first catch as a professional. Ron Fellows, number 27, made the tackle.
It's one of those little passes that, you know, we were talking about earlier that is designed primarily to get the ball out to a quick receiver. You got corners that are playing off, which Stalling said our corners will play off of these people. You pop it out there to him, he misses. You make him miss the tackle, and you go all the way. That time they picked up, what, 5-6 yards? Now we got a 3rd and 1.
9:30 to go, third quarter. 3rd and 2 officially. And Moon is in the cockpit. Dutton stiffens him, Larry Moriarty, but he might have gotten enough to move the chain. .34 yards on the day on 8 carries for Moriarty. And that's a first down, 10, Houston. Dallas leads at 8:55 to go in the third quarter. The blitz is coming. Rohr was knifing in from the outside, and then Jim Jeffcoat made the tackle on Mike Rozier. I think Rozier might have had an inclination to head left and then had to cut back because Rohr was blazing in from his linebacker spot.
That was a good time by Rohr, blitzing coming from the outside. He crashed down in, knocked the guards off, and forced Rozier back up inside again. He didn't give him the two-way go outside. He forced him automatically back into pursuit.
In his first year as a starter, having replaced the now traded Anthony Dickerson. I tell you, they're poets down here. A lot of Cowboy fans in the Houston area. Second down, 11, and Moon back to throw. Into the flat, he's got a man open. The catch is made by the tight end, Jamie Williams. Michael Downs with the tackle. That is short of the first down. There's a much-traveled Jamie Williams, drafted in the 3rd round by the New York Giants 2 years ago. Cut, acquired by St. Louis. Played about 4 games, was cut at the end of the year. Acquired by Tampa Bay because they were having contract problems with Jimmy Giles. Never suited up at Tampa when Giles signed. And came here as a free agent and is now firmly installed as a starter. 3rd down and 4. 7:30 to go, third quarter. Moon drills it. Great catch, Drew Hill.
He's gone.
Cowboys said they feared Houston's speed. Now you know why.
This is one of those three-step and fire. Get rid of the football. Perfect timing. Drew Hill beats Ron Fellows inside. Now he sets up the safety, cuts outside, and it's a foot race. And believe you me, no one is going to catch this man.
Tony Zendejas on to try the extra point. A 57-yard toss. Moon to Hill, and the Oilers are right back in the thick of it. It's 10-7 with 7:20 remaining in the third quarter.
Here, Doris. Got a meeting in Davenport. Be back tomorrow.
United Airlines salutes the first person who figured out that flying to a business meeting was a pretty good idea.
Afternoon. Car's broke down a couple miles back. Gonna miss a big meeting in Davenport.
That's so.
Say, could you, fly me there and back?
Let me get this straight. You want me to fly you there, sit there and wait for you while you have this meeting, then fly you back?
Through the years, the Friendly Skies has flown a whole lot of business people. We found it pays to listen to them.
Thanks for flying me. Next time, maybe you could have some coffee on board.
You're not just flying. Let me get this straight. You want coffee on the plane while we're in the flying the Friendly Skies.
Radio Shack knows when you're working for the future of your business, you need the high performance of the Tandy 2000. The performance to manage your business. The high performance to create and design. And the performance to market and sell. The high performance of the Tandy 2000 can meet your needs today and tomorrow. Tandy computers in business for business. Only at Radio Shack.
See Michigan State play Iowa or Arizona State against UCLA next Saturday on CBS Sports.
Been a long time since the pom-poms were in force here in the Astrodome, but they distributed 55,000 of them today, and now Lee Johnson will kick off for the Oilers, who trail by only 3. Robert Levette will come out from 3 yards deep in the end zone and gets it to the 21-yard line as Jeff Donaldson is downfield to make the tackle. 4th-round draft choice of the Dallas Cowboys, who shined in preseason. Hasn't had a chance to play much once the regular season got underway.
Let's see what effect this touchdown pass to Drew Hill has on the defense now of the Oilers, who have, you know, they hung in there all day, put a lot of pressure on the Cowboys. Now we got a 10-7 ball game. Let's see what effect this has on the offense also of the Dallas Cowboys, whether or not they remain to be conservative or try to attack the young secondary.
Danny White is at 50% of his passes. He's 9 of 18 for 132 yards. Dorsett over 100 yards in the game. White to throw on first down, deep left side, has a man. A flag is down on the near side of the field.
Steve Brown, you got Mike Renfro down here on the right side is pointing his finger at Steve Brown, number 24, saying, hey, this guy's all over me. Throw a flag, and they did.
Personal foul will be called on number 24 of the Oilers. There is Steve Brown. And he and Renfro were having a bit of a tussle 50 yards away.
Number 24, first down.
They've tied it up. Jess Atkinson, who has been hired to replace Ali Hajishik, who's on injured reserve, has a field goal for the Giants, and they're at 3-3. That was a 49-yard field goal by Atkinson. Our score 10-7 with 7:05 to go third quarter. First and 10, Dallas at the 45. Renfro in motion. Inside handoff, Newsom. And he is spilled as he gets near the 48-yard line by Steve Brown. Newsom now with 3 carries for 9 yards. He has the touchdown for Dallas. It came on a 7-yard run. 6:35 to go, third quarter. Second down, 8. White with time pops it across the middle. The flag flies on the far side of the field. Dorsett got the catch, and Robert Lyles with the tackle. Procedure call against the Cowboys. Boy, there have been a lot of flags today.
Well, there have been. Vern, we've had face mask flags.
Illegal formation.
All that is
Second down.
Is people lining up on the line of scrimmage and not off the ball, and you've got a lot of those things happening in a football game that's played as hard as this football game is being played by their defenses, especially. There's a lot of things going on out there that are going to have flags in games like this, and we're seeing a lot of them today.
Gary Hogaboom, backup quarterback, had just signaled in the play to Danny White. Second down, 12. They fake the screen left. Now White rolls out and fires it up at the 50-yard line. The catch is made by Newsom, and that will still leave them 5 or 6 yards short of the first down as Avon Riley, number 53, made the tackle. Word from the Cowboy bench is that Jim Jeffcoat, the defensive end, has suffered leg cramps but may return to the game. First half, the Cowboys with 153 yards to 72 for the Oilers. Houston has come back with 74 in the second, but 57 of those came on the one big pass play. Warren Moon to Drew Hill. Now, third down and 6. 10-7 game. 5:45 to go, third quarter. And the Oilers are coming. Across the middle, too high. And Brown almost took Tony Hill's head off. It'll be fourth down.
Well, Danny had him, and he knows he had him. It's just a case where he just rushed the football a little bit. He knew they had the blitz on. He knew he was going to get hit, and he fired the football, anticipated probably a little bit too soon, and he had Hill wide open going across the middle. Could have been a big gainer, but he threw the ball too high. You can tell the frustration on his face. He said, I knew I had him, doggone it. I just rushed it. I knew he was going to get hit, but I just threw it too high.
Now Mike Saxon on to punt to Willie Drury. And these tenacious Houston Oilers have hung in here and trailed by only 3. Bush blocked it. Number 94. And Mike Q came up with a recovery.
Well, I tell you, in the second half, the Houston Oilers have taken this game in their own hands and say, we're going to make things happen. We're going to get the big plays. We're going to create the turnovers. You've had them in the first half, Cowboys. They come in here now and they get Cush inside, make the block punt, and then a Q picks it up and gives the Oilers the ball. There it is, coming from the outside. Number 94, boy, he just gets in there and nobody stops him.
Woolfolk to the outside. He's got great speed. And he drives the pigskin inside the 20 near the 16.
You heard the old word momentum. Well, Mo's jumped all over Houston's back now. They come around on a play they couldn't get anything out of in the first half. Now they turn around and throw it to Woolfolk and around side. He goes for 8 yards.
There is Mike Q from the University of Hawaii, where he did not play his senior season because of injuries. As a matter of fact, it was a draft choice despite having caught only 10 passes in his entire collegiate career. Second down and 3. Moriarty spins and is driven down after a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd and 2.
We're fighting for the pride of Texas here. 2 Texas football teams. Now we're starting to see some fights. Moriarty out there picking fights. Lockhart picking fights.
This is only the 3rd time these 2 teams have met here. The first time was in 1974. It was a bitter defensive battle then. Dan Pastorini took a Heck of a shellacking by the Cowboy defense, and Dallas won that 10-0. And Dallas won here in 82, 37-7. So despite the proximity of the two cities, they haven't played that much in regular season. They meet every year in preseason play. 3rd and 2. Oilers trail by 3. Larry Moriarty. Jeff Warren and Gene Lockhart make the tackle, but not before, I don't believe. Looks like he's got enough for the first down. Well, they have not so indicated yet. Yes.
Yes, first down.
Dallas led 10-0 when Drew Hill caught a 57-yard touchdown pass to make it 10-7, and Frank Bush blocked the Mike Saxon punt. Moon. Mike Rozier dropped for a loss at the 15 by Dexter Klingscale, the strong safety.
Well, they had a safety blitz on that time, and Klingscale comes up on the outside. He is the containment, and the lineman can't get out in time to seal him and kick him out of the place so the running back can cut inside. Klingscale's out on the strong side. As you see the turns, he tosses to Rozier. Rozier cuts back inside, and there's 47. Klingscale's waiting on him. You're going to see a lot of blitzes down here because what they're going to try to do is keep you out of field goal range, keep you from scoring, and they're going to put everybody they can in your face.
Moon to throw. Drew Hill slipped on the baseball area around home plate. The Astros play at home here tomorrow night. So we are in the baseball configuration, and he slipped in the dirt.
Well, I never understood why they don't cover up all those gaps. This is the craziest looking thing I've ever seen. We've got second and third base, pitcher's mound, and when I used to play down here, they used to dig the hole out and put a big old plywood covering over and put some AstroTurf on. You could go bouncing around this place. Now it looks like something you ought to be riding horses on.
3rd down, 13.
Blitz outside.
Moon has been sacked 7 times.
Now they check out of it.
Not this time. Almost picked off. Ron Fellows just about had it.
One of the toughest teams to throw touchdown passes on inside the 20-yard line is the Dallas Cowboys. I know. I've played them so many times. I know how hard it is to figure out where the double coverage is, where the blitzes are coming from, what the tendencies are of their corners inside or outside. It's extremely difficult. They do a wonderful job of confusing and disguising their coverages. It's almost impossible sometimes to figure out what to do with it.
Now Tony Zendejas, you saw his figures for the year, 4 out of 6, and this for the tie. From 33 yards out. We're tied at 10. The Cowboys are arguing about it, but it stands. We're 10-10.
The pride is back with the versatile Plymouth Voyager. Car-like handling, front-wheel drive, backed by the 550 protection plan. Plymouth, the pride is back. Born in America.
The pride is back. Born in America.
Call any Air Express company and ask if they'll guarantee to give the exact status of your package within 30 minutes or your money back.
Yeah, well, the thing is...
Call someone else and ask if they'll guarantee to deliver your package on time or your money back.
Well, gee,
Then call Federal Express and ask us the same questions.
Absolutely, positively, or your money back, sir.
What unexpected problems should arise, Transamerica Property, Casualty, and Life Insurance can be there to protect you.
Hey, you big ape! Who's gonna pay for this mess?
Transamerica. Insurance, finance, manufacturing, transportation, innovation. The power of the pyramid is working for you.
Tuesday, he turned her life into a living nightmare. Now he's out to end it. Candace Bergen and Jürgen Prochnow star in Murder by Reason of Insanity, Tuesday.
If I was a gambling man, I'd place money on the fact he's not a jogger.
That guy graduated from Texas Lutheran.
8 yards and 7 plays after the block punt. Zendejas with a 33-yard field goal, and Lee Johnson getting ready to kick off. We are tied at 10 with 2:42 to go, third quarter. Levette will grab this at the 4. And is finally knocked out of bounds near the 27, 28-yard line. Coming up tonight on CBS, all-new edition of 60 Minutes. That'll be followed by the season premiere of Murder, She Wrote with Angela Lansbury. And then a highly acclaimed special starring Kirk Douglas, Amos. All of that tonight on CBS. We are in the Astrodome. We're tied at 10-10. Chicago, Jim McMahon has thrown another touchdown toss. He has also caught one from Walter Payton today. Kansas City blowing out Seattle. St. Louis doing the same to Green Bay. First down and 10. White will throw on first down. Left side. Mike Renfro has the grab up near the 35-yard line. In front of Patrick Allen.
I tell you, you can see the change as it comes over. Now Renfro goes out and makes a simple hook. Danny does a fine job of popping the ball in there. And then instead of having one defensive back around him, Vern, what do you see? 3. So it's gang tackling.
Second down and 4. And New England still leading the Raiders by a count of 20-14. That's in the third quarter. Second down and 4 with 1:54 to go, third quarter. 10-10 ball game. Pitch out, Dorsett going left, gets a block from Newsom, and will be close to the first down spot. Robert Lyles made the tackle. Now let's go to New York for this update with Brett Musburger.
Well, Vern, here's how the Giants went ahead of the Philadelphia Eagles. It'll be Sims to Bavaro, and for the rookie from Notre Dame, his first touchdown watch, he just does hold it long enough. Extra point is good, and it's the Giants over the Eagles 10-3. Let's go back to Vern and Terry.
Bavaro, of course, is the man who replaced Zeke Mowat out for the year with an injury. 10-10 ball game. There is Randy White on the sidelines. Looks like he's played a little today.
Well, if you told someone that has never seen this place that we're playing indoors today, they'd never know that about the mud and the grit and grime all over Randy White's uniform. But yeah, that's the Astrodome. I played here many a times, and I've seen conditions like this. And you know, I prefer having the roof off and kicking it outside in the mud and the rain.
Cowboys need that much for the first down. They are only 1 out of 9 on third down conversions in the game. And they will go with 3 tight ends. Fred Cornwell comes in, number 85. And Brian Salonen, who alternates as linebacker and tight end, number 89, is in as a third tight end. Third and about 2 inches. 10-10 ball game, 1:35 to go, third quarter. Salonen, the motion man. Dorsett, I don't know.
I tell you, it's just going to, if they want them to have it, they can mark it there. But from what I'm seeing this, there's no one moved. It doesn't look like you got an inch out of this.
And if he didn't, do you kick or do you go for it?
You're asking me.
Uh-huh.
Well, the way that
you're not the conservative one.
No, I'm not, but I would definitely punt the football. I wouldn't.
Would you?
I wouldn't take a chance. No, not as well as they're playing, and things aren't going well for your football team right now. I'd get the football out of there and kick it down the other end of the field. There's your first down.
Lost yardage. It'll be 4th and a foot. And that is exactly what Tom Landry has in mind as he sends on Mike Saxon, who had his last punt blocked. That one didn't work. 4th and a foot for the Cowboys in the 10-10 ball game with 70 seconds to go in the third quarter. Willie Drury drifts back to the 20, waiting for it. And Mike Saxon will kick it away. No rush this time. Saxon sends it high, but not terribly deep. Fair catch by Drury at the 20. 31-yard kick, 4.8 hang time. We remain tied at 10.
We're not a company, but outstanding people come to us every day. People who want to make a contribution to a team and do work that really counts. People eager to see new places, do the unusual, and find the unusual. People who become your friends for life. People just like you. We're not a company. We're your country. We're the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Army. We're the Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
There was a time when you wouldn't walk down Beale Street after dark. Now, it's a show place.
Good night.
Thanks in part to a plastic developed by Phillips Petroleum called Riton. The Riton reflector in these lights spreads light more evenly over a wider area. And that's brightened things for everyone on Beale Street. That's performance. From Phillips Petroleum, you'll find performance in everything we make.
Experience the mind unbounded. Amiga, the first personal computer that gives you a creative edge.
Final 46 seconds, third quarter. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw from the Astrodome, where the Houston Oilers have fought back with 10 unanswered points in this quarter to tie things up. Jim Jeffcoat is on the bench for the Cowboys. And John Dutton retains his spot at left tackle. Kevin Brooks has come in, the #1 draft choice of the team. He is occupying Jeffcoat's spot at right end. On first down 10, Warren Moon, the quarterback, has been much more effective in this third quarter. They keep it conservative, and look at the quick opener to Larry Moriarty. Michael down, saved a bunch. He's feisty.
This is one of those quick traps. Moon's going to turn around. You see the guards and everyone. It's just where they pile everyone down. Tackle goes down inside that time. That was Randy White, 54. He went in towards Romano, so the guard took him on down inside. And Moriarty read it, came off his hip, and got big yardage that time.
May not have time for the last play of this quarter, as the Oilers have shown a lot of spark here in the third quarter. That's the end of the third quarter with our score, the Houston Oilers 10 and the Dallas Cowboys 10. We now pause for a word from your local station.
This is CBS.
The General XP 2008. It performed in Europe. It performed like a winner. On the test track. And the Autobahn. And it moves. XP 2000H, the high-performance radial tire from General. And it moves like a champion. The General XP 2000H.
Chris Schenkel here for Carriage Ford. Have you driven a Ford truck lately?
Carriage Ford has brand new 1986 F-Series trucks in stock with 8.5% financing available. Bronco 2s and Rangers, 8.5% financing. Rock bottom prices, award-winning service, 8.5% financing only at Carriage Ford.
Trucks built Ford tough. Get the job done. Climb aboard at Carriage Ford.
There's never anything good on TV.
You'll never have to say that again. Hi, I'm Barney Arnold for Buck Stowe Satellite Center. Did you know you can own your own satellite system for as low as $26 a month? That's probably less than your cable fee. You can receive over 100 channels, 500 movies a month, hundreds of sporting events, something for everyone. Choose from equipment like Winegard and Panasonic at Buck Stowe Satellite Center or call 949-BUCK for your free on-site estimate.
WHAS-TV, Stereo 11, Louisville, Kentucky.
Back for the final 15 in the Astrodome. The Oilers with a first down 10 at their own 32-yard line. Score tied 10-10. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. And Handoff goes to Mike Rozier to open the fourth quarter. Terry, have you gotten a sense that Houston has gotten a little more conservative in their game plan?
Well, you said conservative a while ago, and Moore already breaks for 13 yards. Conservative also when you say a short pass, but short passes go 80 yards. No, I don't think they're conservative. I think they sense momentum has switched to their side. They have the intense level right now, and they're taking it to the Cowboys, and their line's coming off the ball and blocking them, and they're running the football. And if they can do this, they will eventually set up time for Moon to throw the football.
Second down and 8. Second half, less than 100 yards by both teams. Here's Hegman on the blitz, but Moon gets it rid of it. And Rohr tipped it, then fell backwards and couldn't hang on. And that will set up a 3rd and 8.
Came out this time and tried to do a little pass, set up a little play-action pass. They'd been running. They had the time. Hegman was coming from the outside. Moon steps up and tries to dink a little pass over to center, and a good job by Rohr from the outside linebacker spot. Doggone near intercepted the thing.
Hegman, meanwhile, coming on the blitz, injured on the play.
Hegman put me in this position one year in the Super Bowl when he came inside and stole
the ball from you.
Stole it right out of my arms. I mean, I had to bring in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember some bad things.
But the object of the game is to hold on to it, right?
Well, that was the object, but he's a lot bigger than I am. And
looks like you'd be all right. As Cowboy trainer Don Cochran was quickly out there to assist him and position Dr. Pat Evans. They accompany him off to the sidelines. Bill Bates comes in as the linebacker now on 3rd down. And 8. 14-18 to go in the game.
Excuse me, Vern. They're bringing Bates in because they're anticipating the fact that they want to get the football. They, being the Oilers, want to throw the football to Woolfolk, and so they're going to bring Bates in, and he's going to isolate man-to-man on Butch Woolfolk coming out of the backfield. If he can't handle him, what they'll do is come in with another defensive back, and then they'll double him. So they've got a game plan, and they're anticipating now that the Oilers will try to come out and try to hit him with the football, so we're going to bring in Bill and let him cover him man-for-man all over the football field. There's Bates right there. Got to be proud of his volunteers yesterday. The job they did on Auburn.
Oof, did they?
The quarterback at Auburn was a kid I used to sit on my lap, Bobby Walden, and rock him to sleep in Pittsburgh my rookie year. Now he's a big old 6'3", 190-pound kid down in Auburn and doing a good job, a freshman.
Meanwhile, Warren Moon gets set to bring his team up for a 3rd down and 8. Dennis Thurman was talking about Warren Moon and their friendship yesterday, and he said Moon is testimony to a man who refused to give up on his dream. After he graduated from high school, he was recruited by several Pac-10 schools who wanted to make him either a defensive back or a wide receiver. He said, no, I want to be a quarterback. So he went to junior college. Don James at Washington says, we'll give you a start at quarterback. He went up there and started for 2 years. The NFL wanted to draft him as a wide receiver or a defensive back. He said, no, I'm a quarterback. So he went to Canada, played up there for a few years, and then signed a $6 million contract in the NFL as a quarterback.
Not bad.
Blitz, intercepted, picked off by Ron Fellows. That is the 4th interception by the Cowboys in this football game, and their 13th of the year. The blitz set it up. It was Dexter Scale in the face of Warren Moon.
You almost have to anticipate this is exactly what the Cowboys are going to do. Is Victor Scott inside, Bates is coming inside, and 47 Cleescales from the outside. 3 safeties blitzing, leaving man-for-man coverage out here. There's no way in the world Moon has time to set up and throw the football the way he can throw it. Once again, he tries to make something happen, and Fellows, number 27, steps inside and intercepts the ball.
The Cowboys opened the season with 6 interceptions of Joe Theismann. They have 4 off Warren Moon this afternoon, and they have the football at the 19 in a tie game. Dorsett, not much there. Just a quick recap of scoring. Dallas went on top on a 7-yard toss from Danny White to Tim Newsom in the second quarter. But Raphael Septien missed 3 first-half field goals. It was 7-0 at the half. Septien then hit in the third quarter to give Dallas a 10-0 lead. Drew Hill caught a 57-yard touchdown toss from Warren Moon to make it 10-7. Frank Bush blocked a Mike Saxon punt. Field goal by Zendejas made it 10-10. That's where we are right now. Second down, 9. White to throw, 3-step drop. Going in the end zone for Dorsett. Incomplete. Coverage by Avon Riley, who was right with him.
Avon Riley did a heck of a fine job. You've got to realize that number 33, Dorsett of the Cowboys, is isolated man for man on Avon Riley. He's got him inside in the top right of your screen, folks. He's trailing. Actually, Avon is trailing Dorsett, and there's the football, and his left arm just accidentally knocked the football away, or else Dorsett had an opportunity to make the touchdown grab.
Cowboys are 1 of 10 on third down conversions, and they face a 3rd and 9 right now. Word from the bench on Hagman, just shaken up. We'll be back. Blitz. White reads it, hits Hill, dropped. Threw the pass before Tony Hill made the cut. There's a flag down as well on the far side of the field. Motion call. Dallas will be declined, I'm sure.
Illegal motion, right side of the line, declined. 4th down.
So once again, it's Raphael Septien, who is 1 of 4 in the game.
I've seen a lot of football games where big plays are created by blitzes, but I've never seen a game where so many blitzes have caused so many things happen. I've never seen two teams blitz so much and really in my entire life.
This one from 36 yards away. Gary Hogaboom will hold.
Hit the crossbar.
We're still tied at 10.
Where pride is worth a whole lot more than money can buy. Where people care about their family. Where laughter is sincere. Where your word is your word. A friend's a friend and Miller's the beer. Miller's made the American way. Born and grew in the USA.
Miller contains no additives, no preservatives. Miller beer. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Miller's made the American way. Miller's made.
I own a PC and a VCR, a condo on the beach, and my own company. But I don't own a car. I lease with GMAC. For me, leasing was smarter than buying. There's no major down payment, and since I worked out the terms with my GM dealer, I can pay less each month. It was easy. Now I've got the new car I want, and leasing frees up my money for other things.
GMAC Leasing, only at your GM dealer. For you, it just might be smarter than buying.
In his long career with the Dallas Cowboys, since being acquired as a free agent, this is the first time Raphael Septien has ever missed 4 field goals in a game.
Well, one thing I saw right there was the seams were right on his foot, Vern. The laces were right directly on his foot. And the holder's responsibility is to get the seams away from his foot so he can kick the leather so they won't slide off. So I would say that time that the holder didn't get the ball turned around. That's not to say that he shouldn't have gone on and kicked it through the uprights.
Oilers have it, 10-10 game, 13:20 to go. Warren Moon hands it off on a draw play. Mike Rozier. And a quick gain of 16 yards.
Hugh Campbell told me, he said, I don't play Rozier that much because he's kind of limited in what he can do because of so many offenses that he's been involved in. This is a good example that time of Williams coming down inside, giving the lead block. There you see Dutton. He lead blocks on Dutton. Now it's just a foot race. Number 26 Downs misses him, and Walls comes over number 24 and makes the tackle.
First down 10, Houston. Up the middle, Larry Moriarty runs right into Randy White. And then Ed Jones completes the play.
You got to ask yourself, what's this football team going to be like when you have Rozier that knows the offense and is ready to contribute to the football team? When Moon gets his receivers and the line gets healthy, you've got to see an outstanding football team developing here in Houston.
Hugh Campbell in his second year. My goodness, how much more confident he sounded when talking with us on Saturday morning than he did a year ago when we were here. Second down and 8, 10-10 ball game. Blitz. Rozier hit at the line, driven down. It'll be third down and 9, or perhaps 10. Gene Lockhart, who played his collegiate ball at the University of Houston and is a happy young man with a brand new contract, renegotiated.
You know, we've talked about blitzes, and I said I've never seen so many, and I want to explain. Blitzes take away the gaps. There's no place for a runner to go. He has to go outside, either trap him. If you pitch deep, there's no place to go. Blitzing creates problems for offensive lines, and that's why we're seeing so many of these today.
Third and 9. Let's see if that's what the Cowboys have in mind here. Doesn't appear so. It is not. But the rush is coming nonetheless. And they finally get a struggling Warren Moon down. That is the first sack of the second half. And I said no blitz, but Bates was there.
Well, Bates coming does not create a blitz because everyone else is dropping off, and they're sending 4 people, which is not unlike having a 4-down lineman. He was just an extra lineman that time, so you don't count him as a blitz. You're going to see an offensive line this time of Romano and Schumacher and Munchak, the left guard, doing a good job. There's no one open downfield. Sometimes you can call plays that are designed for zone coverages, and sometimes you call them for man, and just the opposite. This could be the case that the Oilers had that time.
Twin safeties for the Cowboys to accept Lee Johnson's great kick. Gonzalez at the 19 and darts out of bounds at the 24-yard line. That's a 48-yard kick, and officially nothing on the return. Tom Landry in search of his 246th victory. Jim Myers looking on, who has been with him since almost the beginning. 11:21 to go in the game.
We're not a company, but no company has more pride in what they do, or more pride in how well they do it. We offer you a meaningful and fulfilling future, one that goes far beyond the ordinary, one that brings with it the respect and admiration of Americans everywhere. We're not a company, we're your country. We're the Air Force, the Marines, the Army, the Navy. We're the Armed Forces. It's a great place to start.
Who has taken the intimidation out of VCR programming?
Give me that.
RCA, with the first remote programmable VCR.
Bird brain.
You record exactly what you want, when you want, by remote control, for easy mistake-proof programming. So simple.
I can do it myself.
From RCA.
Today's game plan. Hold the line on high energy costs. Add another layer of Owens Corning pink insulation, like the attic blanket, the thickest, most powerful roll you can buy. Buy 10 rolls and get a free warm-up jacket with the emblem of your favorite NFL team. It's a great offer, only from Owens Corning.
Michigan State play Iowa or Arizona State against UCLA next Saturday on CBS Sports.
49,686 on hand today. A full house watching the Cowboys and the Houston Oilers meeting for only the 5th time. The Giants have gone on top of Philadelphia by 7, and the Raiders lead New England by 1. We're tied at 10. Vern Lundquist and Terry Bradshaw. 11:21 to go in the game. And Danny White, quick step, fires in the flat for Cosby, who has the ball and is knocked out of bounds by Keith Bostic, the strong safety, number 25. St. Louis pounding away at Green Bay as the Cardinals are about to go 3-1 in the young season. And Kansas City over Seattle. How about that?
That's a surprise. I really thought Seattle had one of the better teams this year. Well, maybe coming off Monday night's loss.
And then having to travel. And Chicago has been all over Washington since falling behind 10-0. Second down, 7. 10-10 ball game, 10:43 to go. White in trouble, gets rid of it, hits an Oiler right in the back. It's Robert Lyles, number 93. And that will bring up a 3rd down and 7.
Denny's coming back, and he's got Dorsett coming out of the backfield, trying to get an option route to him where Dorsett has the option of going outside or inside. But you can tell here he steps up inside, is knocked down by Childers, and then hits Lyles right on the back of the head with the football.
Cowboys are 1 of 11 on 3rd down conversions. Blitz coming. White going deep left side. Incomplete. Robert Abraham defending. Intended for James Jones. And Patrick Allen was also there.
It's a deep pass again. It was just the opposite of what they had earlier to Dorsett when they were trying to hit him on the other side. Now they come back with Jones on the left. Abraham isolated man for man. You couldn't have a better situation, Vern. Once again, the ball was thrown there. Jones got his hands on it, but when he hit the ground, the ball bounced out.
Mike Saxon has had 1 punt blocked. Willie Drury, the rookie, is back to return it. He waits at the 30. That punt block set up the tying field goal in the 3rd quarter. They're coming again. Saxon gets rid of it. It's a dandy kick. Chases Drury all the way back to the 18. Gets by the first man. Gets by the second. Does not get by numbers 3 and 4. Fred Cornwell made the tackle with help from Bill Bates. A 54-yard kick, but 15 on the return. Coming up next Sunday on the NFL on CBS, many of you will see the San Francisco-Atlanta game as the 49ers seem on a roll now. Philadelphia takes on New Orleans and other areas of the country, and Minnesota goes out west to take on the Los Angeles Rams. That's coming up next Sunday. Check the local listings for the time of the game in your area. 10:22 to go, 10-10 ball game. Warren Moon so far is 9 of 20. He has been sacked 8 times. Intercepted 4. He has been sacked 9 times. And this time it's the Cowboys' #1 draft choice, Kevin Brooks from Michigan.
They have just really given their tackles. Left side, Harvey Salem, 73, was the first game he's been back. He played a little bit last week, and then Bruce Matthews, 74. This time it's going to be Matthews, 74, as he sits outside. There's Jones doing a good job. Jones swims around him, but on the inside, Dutton comes in, and Dutton gets a hand on him. And then Kevin comes across on the outside and puts him down. Kevin Brooks, number 99.
2nd down and 14. Draw play. There are whistles, however, so let's start it over. And a flag on the far side.
Hey, you try quick screens, they don't work. They blitz, they don't work. Then you try draws, they don't work. What works? You know,
false guard, left guard, 2nd down.
You can read Warren's mind. Said, what do we got to do to move the football? Give me time. He doesn't want to jump on those. Hey, come on, guys, give me time. But he wants them. They can look at him. He's picked himself up off the turf 11 times. 2 of them call back, and they're seeing this, and they're saying, hey, we got to give this guy some time. They're doing their best, but boy, nothing has worked. The Cowboys' pass rush has just been too much for the young offensive line today.
Now David Ponder, in his first year with the team, number 97, has come in replacing John Dutton defensively for the Cowboys. 2nd and 19. Stunts by the defensive line. A deep drop by Moon. Good downfield coverage. He can't find anybody open. Wings it. He's got a man. Tim Smith, first down. What a marvelous job of waiting by Warren Moon. A 23-yard gain.
The first time they came out, they did a little draw to slow things down. Now they come out and they run a pass. Now look at Moon. Has plenty of time. He's plenty of time. He searches the field. No one's open. Now he comes outside. Jones is forced inside. He moves. Smith says, come on, get outside. Smith jumps outside. Moon throwing on the run, something he does very well. And he said, I want to do more of this. He told Cam, hey, look, you know, I have my ways of telling them when I want the offense to change.
They overcome a 2nd down and 19, and they've got the ball as Rozier gets a handoff and plunges over left tackle across the 50 to the 49. Jeff Rohr made the tackle. 9:18 to go in the 10-10 ball game. There's the Yaley, only the 2nd player from Yale to play for the Cowboys, and the first, you might recall, was a man named Calvin Hill. back in 1969.
Well, he got to Yale. I think he went from Tech to Yale, Louisiana Tech, because the guy has a pet snake and says he likes to hit. Those Yaleys don't talk like that, Vern.
2nd and 7, 10-10 game. Moon draw play, slips it to Moriarty, breaks a tackle, and moves the ball down to the 46.
You can see things have changed now. They sack Moon. Now they come out. They get Moon outside on a scramble, 23-yard gainer, overcome a 19-yard loss. Now they come back and they hit Rozier 5 yards, and then Moriarty 5 more yards. So you can see this thing as it builds up on the Oilers side and goes down on the Cowboys side.
3rd and 5, 8:25 to go in the game. It's 10-10, Houston and Dallas from the Astrodome. Warren Moon is now 10 of 21 for 189 yards. Jamie Williams starts in motion, and the clock had just about wound down in 30 seconds. And Moon calls timeout just before it had expired.
That's one of the problems you have when you have all that wick-waggle stuff there on the sideline, and Moon has to turn around instead of concentrating on what he wants to call and seeing a guy, hey, they're wig-waggling stuff in, Vern giving them all this stuff, and it slows them down, and they get up there, and now they don't have time to execute a play.
Said we'll see Philadelphia, New Orleans, and others will watch Minnesota and the Los Angeles Rams. We're in the Astrodome for this 5th meeting between these two teams. Houston has never defeated Dallas here. Series goes back to 1970, the first time these two teams played. The Cowboys won in the Cotton Bowl 52-10. Landry, of course, was the coach. Craig Morton was then the quarterback. They played here in 74. Dallas won 10-0. Then they met in 79, the only Oiler victory, and what a great one that was. Thanksgiving Day up at Texas Stadium. Earl Campbell went nuts. Dan Pastorini had a good day, and the Oilers won it 30-24. And then the last one was 37-7 here in 82.
Good shot of Hugh Campbell there talking to Edwards. You know, the thing I said earlier in the broadcast about pushing buttons. He brings in Rozier, he brings in Moon. They get Hill into the offense. They get Wolfolk in the offense. They get Jamie Williams in the offense. He said, this year, I'm more comfortable because, and we get Childress in the draft, because I have more buttons to push. I have more weapons to work with.
See which button he pushes now on 3rd down and 5 with 8:11 to go. 10-10 game.
That's beautiful, Vern. We set that up.
Blitz. Victor Scott. Moon reads it. Got the first down plus. That's Wolfolk. A gain of 26. And Warren Moon did a great job of reading the blitz. His lineman picked it up.
You're going to see Victor Scott, 22. This is a blitz they've been running all day with Bates, 22 and 40. This time, Edwards come up. Now, he engages and knocks Scott off just enough that gives Moon enough time to hit Wolfolk with the football. Now the defensive back falls off. Now you got a big play. This is what happens. Feast or famine with the blitz.
1st and 10. Houston, 10-10 game, 7:30 to go. Hit and dropped. He gained nothing. Randy White, number 54, made the tackle.
Going back to that blitz, that's one of the things that's so well all day long for three quarters, 3.5 quarters. Now we've seen them set the Oilers back, set them back, and now in a big drive they come up with the blitz, and what happens? One little key block, and boy, we got a big play.
Raiders still lead by 1 in the 4th quarter. Green Bay trailing St. Louis by 19. And Kansas City over Seattle. We're tied at 10 at 2nd down and 9. From the Cowboy 20, Moon with a handoff. And Larry Moriarty doesn't pick up anything. It'll be 3rd and 9. Klinkscale was there with the tackle. Moriarty a little slow, more than a little slow getting up. Hasn't done so yet. Trainers have come out to help minister to him. 51 yards on 13 carries so far. He's a real fire plug in that backfield, a very emotional player. Coming up next Sunday on the NFL Today, a feature on Eric Dickerson called Dickerson Sweep Right. It's his favorite play, and he runs it about as well as anybody in the league. Boy, what a testimony for preseason conditioning he gave last Monday night.
Well, don't be fooled by that, because Eric Dickerson is, you know, they're thoroughbreds, and then they're thoroughbreds, and the guy's in a class by himself. But I give 3 or 4 more years when he gets in there, 27, 28, 29, and that'll be a different story. He's just a rare cat, Eric Dickerson. But there's something else you have to realize, too, that in about 3 weeks, we'll see how that conditioning pays. Easy to go out there and do it the first day in training camp, but that 4th and 5th day or that 4th and 5th game will be the telltale signs of just how much missing that camp has meant to him.
Moriarty's okay. He trots off. And the Oilers have a 3rd down and 8 from the 19 with 6:32 to go in the game. Score tied 10-10. In contrast to the Cowboys, 1 of 12 on 3rd down conversions. Houston is 6 of 14. Cowboys burned on the blitz last time on 3rd down. See what they've got in mind this time. Everybody in tight to protect against the blitz. Boone lets it go for the corner. Incomplete in the end zone as Ron Fellows had perfect coverage. It'll be 4th down, and Tony Zendejas comes on.
They kept everyone in that time, including their backs, put their backs up inside in case they blitz, and only sent out Hill and Renfro that time. I mean, Hill and Smith, 83, sent 2 receivers out, kept everyone else in the block to give Moon time to throw the football, and still there was no way for him to get open.
Zendejas, 2 years in the NFL. Huge signing bonus from the Washington Redskins, who cut him and kept Mark Mosley. He has replaced Florian Kemp as the kicker here. 5 of 7 for the year, both misses in the Redskin game. This will come from 37 yards out of Steve Tasker's hold. No good. It's catching. There is a kicker's contagious disease flowing through the Astrodome.
Hold on tight, let it flow. Feels so right. Here we go. Honda ATV gets ya where you wanna be. Honda ATV gets you where the fun is.
Honda makes a complete line of ATVs for doing all kinds of things, especially having all kinds of fun.
Honda ATV gets you where the fun is.
Wherever you go in America, there's one source of starting power the weather's found tough to beat. The Sears Die-Hard. From the original Die-Hard battery to the newest, most powerful Die-Hard ever made for your car. In predecessor, Die-Hard is still the replacement battery more Americans have confidence in than any other. Think of it as a recommendation from a few million of your neighbors.
There's more for your life at Sears.
Tony Zendejas, who was acquired in a trade for the Redskins before the regular season, is now 1 of 2. That's a little bit better than his counterpart on the opposite side, Rafael Septien, who is 1 of 5. And as a result of all those miscues, we are still tied 10-10 as Danny White leads the Cowboys up from their own 20-yard line. James Jones and Dorsett are in the backfield now. Mike Renfro starts in motion. Play fake, White rolls out, pulls up and lobs the pass to Jones, who completes the grab for a gain of 6 yards. And Mike Stensrud made the tackle.
Good job by Danny that time as he came out with a little counter play, and they had pressure on him. He had a short valve guy, and he just popped it to him before the guy got in his face. Anything now to keep the ball moving downfield, 3 yards, 4 yards. Take anything you can, and did a good job that time of releasing the football before he was sacked.
Got 6 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 4. The clock shows 5:35 to go in the game. 10-10 tie. White is now 14 of 28. Cosby, the motion man. Dorsett gets the pitch out. And a block from James Jones. 1st down, Dallas. That freed Dorsett to come around the right side. Bo Eason, number 21, made the tackle. Dorsett now with 112 yards on 20 carries.
The best way to attack an aggressive football team that likes to pursue is to go right at them. That time, that's exactly what the Cowboys did. Just a simple pitch. Jones leading up inside on Lyles, and then he cut back inside, and Abraham had to make the stop.
4:50 to go in the game. 1st and 10, Dallas, operating from their own 32-yard line. Deep right side. Good coverage from Steve Brown. And the pass is overthrown and incomplete, intended for Tony Hill. Word from the Cowboy bench is that Timmy Newsome is out of the lineup with a twisted knee and is not expected to return. In many ways, it's been a calmer year for Danny White, who went through the turmoil of the quarterback controversy last year, but told us last night if this season was going to be anything like a year ago for him, he might have considered walking away from football. He discovered that there was more to life in this game.
The most important thing he said, though, he believes that he's a better football player and a person because of what happened to him last year.
2nd and 10. Pitch out. Dorsett almost caught behind the line.
Johnny Meads, you know, there are impact players, which is the big term now used in sports. But there's impact players and there's impact players. And this time, Johnny Meads comes flying across, knocks off everyone, forces Dorsett back inside. And then Donaldson, 31, comes up, makes the stop.
Johnny Meads has taken the place occupied for so many years with such distinction by Robert Brazile, whom you said a year ago was the toughest linebacker you ever faced.
Well, he was. He was crazy. He was fearless. He was big. He was fast. Just an outstanding linebacker.
The Cowboys have been woeful on 3rd down conversions, and they've got a big one right here with 3:55 to go.
Now they're faking the blitz.
Everybody move but Rafferty.
But just by looking at Danny, I would hesitate. There you are. I was going to say, by looking at Danny White's reaction, it has to be against the Cowboys.
False start, number 62, 3rd down.
One of the things that Danny White told me that I found interesting, Vern, in talking about him was the fact that he said, I wish we had our offense of 2 years ago with the defense we have this year. We would be Super Bowl contenders. Not that they won't be, but he felt like with that offense and this defense, they definitely would be.
3rd and 17, 3:35 remaining in the ball game. 10-10.
Bostic blitzing, backside, got him.
Just as White let it go.
Bostic runs right over 23, James Jones. Jones really was caught off guard and didn't expect Bostic to come. He delayed it, fired across, and got to White just as he was releasing the football. 25 right in the center of your screen. Now see Jones now. He says, oh, there's my man. He reaches out and gets behind him. He's too late. And there, Bostic gets to him. Good side. Also good pressure coming from the inside from number 56, Robert Abraham.
Mike Saxon is on to punt. Keith Bostic still on the special teams. Willie Drury waits for it at the 33-yard line. Line drive kick. A very poor kick. Drury at the 40. Slips and is driven down at the 46-yard line. Ricky Easman, number 42, made the tackle. A 37-yard kick, 8 on the return. It looked like a low liner to right field. And the Oilers take over with 3:20 to go in the game. For now, let's go to Brent Musburger in New York for this NFL update.
Vern, we've got a drama suddenly unfolding in Philadelphia. Bad judgment here by Phil Simms. Under pressure in the end zone, he doesn't take the safety. Throws it up for grabs. Herman Edwards has it. Touchdown. Let's go back to Vern.
Looks almost as crazy as our game. Here's Moon in trouble. Ed Jones got him. That's 10 times he's been down today.
Ed Too Tall Jones has played as well a game as I've ever seen a defensive end play. Played against him so many times, but he is literally wearing out 74 Bruce Matthews, who makes no attempt whatsoever to cut him off and force him out wide, gives him the inside lane. And for a guy like Too Tall Jones, if you give him the inside lane, he'll take it and make a sack, and that's what he did.
Cowboys 2 away from the NFL record, and they've had 2 wiped out by penalties. 2nd and 15, Moon hit from behind. The blitz got him again. This time it was Bill Bates and Dexter Klingscale.
For those of you sitting at home and saying, well, this job is easy, these guys right here playing, boy, I believe I could do that. But you see the pounding that Moon has taken today and the many looks that the Cowboys have given him to confuse him with the sacks and the blitzes. And then you have a different perspective of the job the man's trying to get done. And it's hard to do it by yourself. You've got to have the help of the other 10 guys around you. It can't be done by one man, regardless of his $6 million price tag.
3rd and 15. The Oilers go with 3 wide receivers. 2 to the right side, 1 left, 2:56 to go in the game. Cowboys are blitzing. They're sending 5. That's 11 sacks in the game. Dexter Clinkscale.
You could cut out this entire game and cut out the blitz reels, and you can see everyone coming inside, engaging. Clinkscale's coming outside. They're just engaging these people and confusing the young line, and someone's coming free. What you're seeing, if one of these guys pulls out and takes Clinkscale's, then Bates or Scott, they're free. So it's been I think it's been one of the most brutal lessons in how to handle a blitz as I've ever seen.
Lee Johnson on to punt, 2:25 to go in the game. High kick by Johnson. Leon Gonzalez calls for the fair kick.
It hit him. Cowboy.
There's a scramble at the 25, and Dallas has recovered.
You never know when big plays are going to happen on special teams, big passes, tips, fumble recovers, and even in a play like this where the ball hits the ground, it hits a Cowboy trying to run away. A big opportunity for the Oilers to recover and have the ball on the 25, and now they don't.
Tom Landry said at his press conference on Tuesday in Dallas that he wasn't really thrilled with the idea of having 2 men back there. He'll be less thrilled after today. Everson Walls comes up with the recovery. And the Cowboys take over with 2:15 to go. 10-10 ball game. Dorsett, he's got some room. And a first down at the 43.
Good job by the inside. Schultz, the left tackle. Titans or 63, the left guard. The center that time, Rafferty, all of these guys closing down inside, giving a good lane for Dorsett to come pick his spot, off tackle, off guard, and it bounces outside. It's a good job that time. You're going to see it again. A little misdirection, fake to Jones, give off. Now you got 61 pulling around, Cooper coming out from his tackle spot, and everyone else is sealed off inside. Dorsett does the rest.
Stops the clock with 2:10 to go in the game. The Cowboys and Oilers are tied at 10. Dorsett now with 128 yards on 22 carries. Mike Renfro in motion. Play fake. White with time this time. Lobs it deep. He's got James Jones out of bounds with the catch at the 32. Make it the 33.
Play action once again to fool and hold the linebackers. And while you're doing this, slip James Jones out. Now you see Avon Riley misses him. Now he picks him up late and tries to run down there with him. Too late. Jones has got him beaten. Downtown, 91 Meads is trying to catch up. Good pass by White. Good catch that time by Jones.
That's a 35-yard catch by James Jones. Al Levan, the running back coach, said of James Jones, he's got the heart of a lion. Out 2 years with a blown-out knee. Came back this year. Threw a touchdown pass to Danny White last week. Dorsett skips, breaks left. He's got a downfield block. He's inside the 5 and down at the 1. And Tony Hill laid the block that got him free downfield.
These are things you don't coach what you're fixing to see, folks. He's inside, right, nowhere to go, cut back to the left side, nowhere to go. Now you just have speed, that God-given talent. Now Hill's trying to make a great effort of blocking for Tony to get in the end zone. Does a good job. Great effort by Dorsett.
1:56 remaining in the game. The Cowboys are on the lip of the cup.
I never got used to the idea of being a hero. There are no stars on a potato farm. I lived a simple life here. A really good life.
There's still a place where people don't forget where they came from. A place where beer is beer and the brand is Miller. Miller contains no additives or preservatives. Purity you can see, quality you can taste.
Miller's made the American way.
Now with Castrol, the motor oil engineered for smaller cars, you'll save more than wear and tear on your engine. You'll save on Prestone antifreeze, Simonized wax, STP gas treatment, pure later filters, and more. In every 12-pack of Castrol are rebates worth $45. So Castrol makes things easy on your budget while it makes things easy on your engine. The Castrol money-back 12-pack.
Hi, I'm Mr. Taylor. My secretary made a reservation.
Yes, she requested a Camaro.
A Camaro? I'm afraid that's a bit much.
It's only $35.95 a day, and fun to drive.
Well,
$35.95 a day on weekdays for a Camaro from National and only $24.95 a day on weekends. So why rent just a car when you can rent some wheels?
There it is.
hey, thanks.
You deserve national attention.
All right.
Tony Dorsett's 31-yard run has given the Cowboys a first and goal. Dorsett with 159 yards, highest total on the ground for him since 1983. The Cowboys a yard away from the lead, and Robert Levette is in the backfield with James Jones. Triple tight end set. James Jones is caught short. It'll be second and goal.
One of the favorite things that the Cowboys like to do inside the 5-yard line, and when they get into their goal line offense, is go play action, motion, get a timeout on the field. Houston calling timeout. Play action, motion, and hit their tight ends on drag routes. I wouldn't be surprised to see them do that. Or set it up, you get outside, throw it out of bounds, doesn't matter. You're going to have the attempt for the field goal, but they love play action down here.
Right now they're thinking touchdown, and especially because of the problems they've had with the field goal unit today.
Well, that's something you really would have to think about.
Absolutely.
I know as a player, regardless of how respected and liked that Sepchian is and how great the man has been, today, it's a matter of confidence, and he hasn't come through, and maybe the players are saying to themselves, especially those out there on the field, hey, let's get this baby in and not put Sepchian under the burden of having to kick the field goal to win this game for us, which may be the best thing, though. Kick it in there. He's got his confidence going into next week's game in New York. Who knows? You got the answers?
No, but that man might. 26 years as head coach of the Cowboys. Standing by with Jim Myers, his longtime assistant.
It's been a long 5 minutes with him the other day.
There's Raphael Septian. Just in case. Second down and goal from the 1. Dorsett is back in the lineup. The Cowboys again with 3 tight ends. Salonen being the third. Inside handoff. There's the touchdown toss. And it's Fred Cornwell, as Terry Bradshaw predicted.
They get people down there on the goal line. They shoot their outside corners. They shoot their inside linebackers. They stuff the gap. And then you come out with a play action and you hold the corner, and the man that's covering the tight end, and it's 9 times out of 10, doggone it, they're always open. I don't know why, but we're going to watch it again. Play action, inside dive, everybody fills up. Where's the ball? There it is, out in the flat. 85 standing out there all by himself. Fred Cornwell, touchdown.
Raphael Septian on to try the extra point. That would give the Cowboys a 17-10 lead with 1:47 remaining in the game. Septian hits it.
Well, the way he's kicking those extra points doesn't look like there's anything wrong with him. He pops them right through, bounces, runs around the field, slapping hands with everybody, so it doesn't seem to be bothering him. So why should we worry about it, huh?
I'll bet he's worried about it, though.
I bet the man in that hat's worried about it.
17-10 Dallas. There's Crawford Kerr. He's going to be a long-time starter, and probably soon for the Cowboys. 280-some pounds out of Florida. That was, yeah, 280 yards. Probably has a 22-year-old daughter, too.
Probably does.
And Raphael Septian. 1:47 to go in the game. Dallas has 3. Houston has only 1 timeout left. Danny White with his second touchdown toss of the day. That was a 75-yard drive in 5 plays.
Well, those are the things that White will give the offense of the Cowboys if they continue to do as Tom Landry says and run a conservative ball control. He will give them the leadership. He's been there. He can handle it. He's just done it again, proving once more that he can do the job.
Squib kick taken by Steve Tasker. Oh, is he dangerous. But this time gets it to the 30-yard line, from which point the Oilers take over with 1:41 to go in the game. Tackle that time made by Robert Levette. Hugh Campbell.
I'd like to have a high pressure valve stuck on those tackles' arms right now. 74 Matthews and the other side Harvey Salem. They've had these guys coming at them all day long when they didn't know they were going to pass. Now they know they're going to pass with Jones and Kevin Brooks, number 99. So wouldn't you like to know how they feel now?
There's Dorsett talking with Dr. Pat Evans on the left and Ken Walker, the Cowboys assistant trainer. Back to play, 1st and 10. Fumble, scramble, and we'll see.
Cowboys are saying it's their ball.
Officials, I think, have indicated it's the Oilers' ball. And the clock continues to wind down with 1:34 to go in the game.
That's with the 10 fumbles, quarterback center exchange. Those things just not supposed to happen with 1:25 left.
Moon is back. Hit as he lets it go. Incomplete up at the 45-yard line. Sacks so far in the game, and there have been 11 of Warren Moon. Randy White has 2, Jones has 2, and Victor Scott has 2. The rest have been spread around 1 each. 1:20 remaining, 17-10 Dallas. Got a post-game show coming up, and we'll have scores and highlights from around the National Football League here on week number 4. Cowboys are at New York next Sunday night. The Houston Oilers continue their murderous schedule. They have to travel up to Denver. Cowboys, as a matter of fact, are the first opponent that Houston has met this year that was not a division winner last season. Moon is back with time, going for it all. Clinkscale waits on the ball, and it's incomplete. Dennis Thurman was also down there. It'll be 3rd and 11.
It's one of those passes where you just send everyone down on the right, kind of a mini version of the Big Ben. Maybe call that the Little Ben. And Warren just hung it up there and just said, well, let's get a pass interference. Maybe something good can happen. It happens to everyone else. Why won't it happen to us today? But no good.
There was also an infraction, illegal motion on the Oilers, declined by the Cowboys to set up a 4th down and 11. Fred Wyant says, start the clock. 4th and 11. And the Oilers have only 10 men on the field. Here comes Ed Jones. Moon gets by him. Rolls out, being chased, and lets it fly. Incomplete. And the Cowboys take over. It was Kevin Brooks who was applying the pressure. And now they say that Moon was out of bounds back at the 25-yard line. And if so, that might count as a sack, which would be the 12th sack of the 13th sack of the game. The 12th sack of the game. And would tie the Cowboys record set by them back in 1966. So Dallas takes over at the 25-yard line.
Well, Moon is experiencing some of the growing pains of so many young quarterbacks with high expectations have already gone through. He's coming in from Canada. This is a whole new ball game. And he wants to win. He wants to win now. And it's an absolute, totally frustrating thing to have to go out there and be planted on your back 13 times.
Houston can stop the clock. They have 3 timeouts left. Danny White drops to one knee. And we're at a 1 minute and counting. There is Warren Moon. Been a long, long afternoon.
Well, it has been, Vern, and You know, if you're sitting down there and by him and you can read his thoughts, you know, he's going to say, what's it going to take, you know, for us to win? What's it going to take for us to be able to get our offense in gear? What's it going to take to have time to throw? There you'll see a little smile. It's almost a smile of, you know, relief that it's over with, that we can go home and regroup. But, you know, you go through all those doubts and worries and everything, and like he said, it's a chemistry thing where it's just going to take time. That's all it's going to take now, just time for everyone to learn this system and get together and start believing in themselves.
For the day, 11 of 26 for 215. Big throw was a 57-yard touchdown toss to tiny Drew Hill. And then the Oilers came back with a blocked punt and a field goal from Zendejas to tie it up at 10-10 in the third quarter. Had a chance to take the lead, but Zendejas missed his second field goal attempt. And for Ed Jones, what a satisfying afternoon this must have been. Well, what a great pro is standing next to him, Drew Pearson.
Well, he told us yesterday, he said, I'm going to get after these guys. I'm going to get in there, and I'm going to turn it on and go get them. And that's exactly what he's done. And I mean in grand style, too, Texas style.
See if the Oilers use one of their timeouts to stop. Well, they're out of timeouts, so they cannot stop the clock again. By the way, a quick word relative to the newest grandfather on the Cowboy coaching staff, Gene Stallings. His daughter gave birth to Catherine Marie, right? 4 days ago. The executive producer of CBS Sports NFL presentation is Terry O'Neill. That'll be the final play of the game. Today's game was produced by Charles H. Milton III, former AAU heavyweight boxing champion of Texas, out of Highland Park a few years ago. Directed by Andy Kindle. Our associate producer was Mark Wolf. Field technical manager Stu Meyer, and our broadcast associate Steve Shear. The Cowboys drive 75 yards. Big pass from Danny White to James Jones. A big run of 31 yards by Tony Dorsett. And then the touchdown toss of 1 yard. Danny White to Fred Cornwell as the Cowboys win it by a count of 17-10. Stay with us. Coming up next, the NFL Today postgame show.
They believe in liberty, Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm a safe driver, so I shopped around for car insurance. Liberty Mutual gave me the best protection and saved me money, too. I believe in liberty.
America believes in liberty. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
We brought solar telecommunications to the jungles of Colombia, microwave telecommunications to Mexico and Spain, optical fiber telecommunications to Belgium, and satellite telecommunications to Algeria, China, and Italy, to name just a few of the countries. G. No, GTE.
Bottom of the ninth, bases loaded.
Boy, could I go for a juicy new Whopper at Burger King. That would really hit the spot.
What's going on? The coach is sending Kettinger to third.
A flame-broiled Whopper with lettuce, tomatoes, onions.
Now he's sending Phillips to second, and there goes Spinelli home.
Beat Big Mac and Wendy's single for best taste. Maybe I'll have two.
Spinelli scores. Holy cow, brilliant coaching.
Great. Now we can eat.
The big beefy new Whopper at Burger King.
We are back in the Astrodome with the Cowboys winning it today 17-10. A tough struggle for the Dallas Cowboy team. They had a 10-0 lead, but Rafael Septien missed those 3 first-half field goals, and Dallas held on to a tight 7-0 lead at the half. They extended that to 10-0 in the third quarter, but then the Oilers came back. They got a 57-yard touchdown toss from Warren Moon to Drew Hill to make it 10-7, blocked a punt, and that resulted in a Tony Zendejas field goal from 37 yards out. We were tied 10-10. The Oilers actually had a chance to take the lead when Zendejas had a kick from 35 yards out that missed in the fourth quarter, and then the Cowboys went 75 yards for the winning touchdown. It came on a 1-yard toss from Danny White to Fred Cornwell with under 2 minutes to go. Now, let's go to New York and Brent Musburger.
Welcome back to New York. Welcome back to New York. I'm Brent Musburger, along with Irv Cross and Jimmy the Greek. Everything happened there at the closing moments. You wouldn't believe it. The Giants winning in overtime. Dallas pulling it out late in the Battle of Texas. Let's take you to the scoreboard and show you some of the highlights. And, of course, one of the most dramatic games, well, that took place down in Texas. It was the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Oilers, and the Cowboys win it 17-10, and they had to do it the hard way because Houston came flaming back at them. Now, Warren Moon gets hammered here by Randy White of the Cowboys. Moon jumped back on it, but for the game, Moon was sacked 12 times, tying the NFL record. Danny White got the Cowpokes on the board with his touchdown pass to Timmy Newsom in the flat, and Tommy Landry and the Cowboys were in control. But then, Moon came right back, Irv.
Boy, a beautiful strike right here to Drew Hill. A 57-yard touchdown pass. Hill with great speed. It's a great kick returner. Here he takes advantage of the speed, goes all the way.
Mike Saxon had this punt blocked, and the Oilers were still coming because that set up the game-tying field goal, and then Irv Dorsett had to take over again.
Anytime he gains over 100 yards, the Cowboys generally win. He went about 159 yards today. It's a 31-yard run there, and the Cowboys are in control again right here.
Great play call, wasn't it?
Terrific.
Freddie Cornwell catches the 1-yard throw from Danny White, and the Cowboys win it. And I'd like to welcome those of you who just watched another dramatic game unfold over in Philadelphia. That, of course, was the New York Giants. As you can see behind me, the Dallas Cowboys have beaten the Houston Oilers 17-10. They did it very late in that game on the touchdown pass from White to Cornwell. Now, those of you who watched other games, the Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles went at it. They went to overtime, and the Giants win it on an intercepted pass. Ron Jaworski had come in the game as the Eagle quarterback, dropped back to throw the ball. It was deflected, picked off by Elvis Patterson, 30 yards on the interception for the touchdown. And, Irv, what was the situation over there in Philadelphia when that happened?
See, it's really a hard-fought ball game. And, of course, the Eagles, within 30 seconds of the ball game, had a chance to kick a winning field goal, missed, won the toss for the overtime, ran a play on the first series of plays. Jaworski's pass he saw was batted, and Patterson went in for the touchdown.
Jimmy, you predicted that it was tough to beat a team twice in one season.
No question about it, but it was stupidity that it had to go into overtime. Sims should have taken a safety, Brent.
All right, now the Raiders and New England, and it was the Raider defense that got the job done here. They accounted for 3 touchdowns against the New England Patriots, and Rusty Hilger had to replace the injured Mark Wilson. Wilson going out with a damaged ankle. Remember now, the Raiders have lost Jim Plunkett. Hilger is out of Oklahoma State. They pressed him into service, and the defense picked up the slack for the young man. They were trailing at the time, and the Raiders come back to win it 35-20. Minnesota and Buffalo. The Bills came charging back in this one, tied the game at 20, and the Vikings were forced to go to the well one more time, and they did to win it 27-20, the final there. St. Louis picked on Green Bay early, then won breezing. Well, it's not quite over, but it's 43-21. They are going to win that one breezing. Now, Seattle, they came up empty this afternoon, and Kansas City jumped all over them, winning that game 28-7. Deron Cherry, the secondary for the Chiefs, intercepted 4 passes. That ties an NFL record in that game. Detroit ran its record to 3-1, 30-9 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was the final in that game in the Silverdome. And the Chicago Bears remain unbeaten. They trailed 10-0, and then the Bears reel off 45 unanswered points, and I've got to ask the Greek about the Washington Redskins, and Irv Cross, too. What's wrong down in Washington with that team, Jimmy?
They might have got old.
How about you, Irv? You got a feeling about the Redskins? Are they old and over the hill?
Well, I don't think they're old and over the hill, but Joe Gibbs has some interesting things this year with his offense. He's tinkering with it a little bit. For the first time since he's been there as head coach, the Washington Redskins are running from an I formation. They usually run from a single back. Now sometimes they're running from an I formation, 2 backs in the backfield, and also an unbalanced line.
Jimmy, you called I don't care what you say. Theismann went over. Forget about it.
Don't we all, unfortunately, get old. Hey, we've got the 4 o'clock games have just started. Let me show show you the matchups, and we'll tell you what's happening there. Remember, the Rams are the only other unbeaten team along with the Bears, and they and the Falcons are underway. No score there. How about that Miami-Denver matchup? No score there in the first quarter. Cleveland and San Diego just underway, and the Chargers, they strike, and they lead the Browns right now by a count of 7-0. The New York Jets, better than any of us expected when this season began, they kick a couple of field goals, and they lead the Colts 6-0. New Orleans and San Francisco, the Super Bowl champions, underway in Candlestick, and they are scoreless with the Saints. More highlights, more scores, more action coming up when we continue with the NFL Today post-game show on CBS in just a moment.
Looks like we got company, Sergeant. Hold your fire, man. Hold your fire.
Ain't no braver man alive.
Tastes great. Less filling. Tastes great. Less filling.
No one knows how long the argument has raged, but one thing is for certain. Light beer from Miller will go down in history as the world's greatest light beer.
Brighten your colors, sharpen your sound with high-tech components designed to astound. Fine-tune your mind with Emerson. Amazing new features, the ultimate prize. Step into the future, we'll open your eyes. Fine-tune your life. Emerson feels so right. Emerson, fine-tune your life with Emerson. Give me the sun, give me the wine, give me some country wine cooler. Give me the fun, give me the wine, give me the real juice cooler. Don't give me heavy, just give me light. All we want is a taste that's right. Give me real fruit, give me white wine, give me great taste, give me some of mine. Give me the sun, give me the wine, give me some country wine cooler.
The real juice cooler.
Yeah.
There are heroes this afternoon with the Giants, the Cowboys, and the Bears. Let's meet some of the stars. Let's go out now to Philadelphia. Pat Summerall and John Madden. Pat?
Okay, Brent, one of the heroes, Leonard Marshall, is down on the sidelines. It was not quite as easy as it was the first time, was it, Leonard?
It wasn't too easy. I tell you, Kevin is going to be a good football player. He's working very hard. Some things that they worked against him, but they kept it back in a line on me, and, I wasn't able to beat him around the corner like I thought. But I did make some plays, and I'm glad we won the football game, and Elvis Patterson has proven himself to be an NFL corner.
Hey, Leonard, right there at the end of the game when McFadden was coming in to kick the field goal, I know just before that kick, you guys took a timeout. Did you think that affected him any, or did you have any special block on that field goal that he missed?
Well, we were hoping that it would affect him, and, we know that he's an experienced kicker, but, pressure can just about bust anybody's pipe, and we were hoping that would happen, and the end result, it happened for us. It was great. Okay, Vern. Let's go to Vern in Houston.
All right, I'm here with Terry Bradshaw, where the Cowboys defeated the Houston Oilers today 17-10 in an equally difficult game. This was tied 10-10 until about 3 minutes to go. The Cowboys went 75 yards and finally got the touchdown. A 31-yard run by Dorsett set it up, and Danny White threw 1 yard to Fred Cornwell for the winning TD. But this, Terry, was a story of defense by Dallas.
This was a game that goes back to years of Steelers and Oilers. It was just an all-out aggressive game, lots of blitzing, lots of sacks. Too Tall Jones, you're going to see here, coming around the outside on Bruce Matthews, number 74. Hegman going inside, and one of the 13 sacks today that the Cowboys registered against Moon and the Houston Oilers.
Actually, it's going to be officially at 12 sacks. They had a couple called back, and there was some confusion, but 12 sacks ties an NFL record that the Cowboys share with another couple of clubs, and they also had those 12 sacks for 85 minus yards for the Oiler passing attack. So the Cowboys win it. They keep pace with the Cardinals and the New York Giants at 3 3-1. They think this might have been a must-win for themselves, and I think you might feel the same way.
Well, it was a must-win for the Cowboys, more so than the Oilers, in which the Oilers were saying, hey, this is a game we got to have. Cowboys needed, in my opinion, worse than the Oilers did.
Well, the Cowboys got it, but it was a real struggle. Now let's go to Chicago and Tim Ryan.
All right, Vern, with Johnny Morris, we saw the Bears score a 45-10 win here today, just routing Washington, which fell to 1-3, of course. And the Redskins actually led in the game 10-0, but Jim McMahon had another superb afternoon, 13 of 19. He threw for 3 touchdowns, caught one from Walter Payton, had only 1 interception. But the turning point came with the Bears trailing 10-0 early in the second period. Willie Galt's touchdown return of a kickoff. He takes it just over the goal line. It's a 99-yard return. And Willie, of course, with his great trackster speed, showed it. Well, you didn't see it there, but we've got Willie live down on the sideline, and he'll tell you what he did. He went 99 yards. Congratulations, Willie. That sure turned the game around.
Well, thank you. I praise God for that. What happened, I knew we had to get a big play in the game because we were down 10-0, and everything was going toward Washington. I didn't know it would be a kickoff return, but once I caught the ball, I headed toward the middle, and it opened up like the Red Sea, and okay.
We're going to see it now. Go ahead, Willie.
Yeah, it just opened up like the Red Sea right there, and I just wanted to take off, and I gave a move to the kicker there, and I was trying to decide whether or not to try to outrun this guy, but I cut all the way across field, and it reminded me of my Tennessee days, and I was glad to be able to do that. I think it sparked the whole team a great deal.
Willie, I think that you are now stuck on kickoff return for the rest of the season.
Well, I hope so. I just want to be able to do everything I can to help this team win. We have a good team, and I think we need everything we can get.
I know, Willie, that you wanted to please the fans here. The Bears fans are tough. They're supportive, but they're tough. And I know you were looking to make a big play here. You must feel good about it.
Well, I feel extremely well to be able to run a kickoff back all the way at home. It gives me something special. Of course, my family was here, my wife and friends, and I just praise God for it.
All right, Willie, congratulations to you. The 4-0 Bears go to Tampa next week, and we're going to Brent Musburger in New York.
Thank you.
All right, Tim, thank you very much. Leonard Marshall, a pretty good audition for a broadcaster. He heard that in his ear and went down to Dallas. He went. Heard about the Chicago Bears. They had that very impressive defense. They've never had a real good offense, but now the way they're coming around, they're going to be very dangerous this year.
You know, I was out there during the week, earlier this week, Brent, you know, and they very quietly go around talking about how proud they are of their offense. They have a great offense. As a matter of fact, they're #1 in the league, I guess, going into the play this weekend. But, you know, they feel if they're going to get to the Super Bowl, obviously they have to go through San Francisco. San Francisco's coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll see how good they are.
And the Dallas Cowboys, Jimmy, what do you think about them right now?
They're a pretty good ball club, definitely a contender, and will be in the playoffs.
And we will continue with our post-game show on CBS in just a moment.
Oh, you're still working. I can come back. Good morning already? You know, he'd be home by now if he had the new NCR PC6. It's nearly twice as fast as the IBM PC. And look, a brighter, sharper screen. And it's still compatible? Oh, naturellement. Are you surprised? Nope, NCR's made top computers for years. You mean you're not a little bit surprised? We'll take it. Oof, I'm proud of you.
A better computer. It's exactly what you'd expect from NCR.
Now, as I understand it, Bobby, in baseball, you keep your players in a bullpen, choke your bats, and steal bases?
That's right, Freddie, and just about everybody drinks light beer from Miller.
Oh, this is one that's less filling.
Right again, and that's important to an old base stealer like me, and it tastes great.
Certainly does. Now, about these bases, mate, how many did you steal?
681.
Wow. 681? Blimey, where do you keep them all?
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
Hasta luego, fellas.
You're a funny guy, Sully. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
The enemy is incredible.
He'll do exactly as he's told.
Wrong.
The odds are unbeatable. The plan is impossible. But he's unstoppable.
Let's party.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Commando. Rated R. Starts Friday, October 4th at a theater near you.
When you start something good, everyone wants a piece of it. Take light beer from Miller. Now there's lots of light beers out there saying they're less filling. Heck, that was the easy part. The hard part is brewing a light beer that tastes great. That's why Light's always brewed only with the finest ingredients. To let all that great beer taste come through for guys like you and me. The taste that's made light beer from Miller, America's favorite light beer.
Hey, I always thought it was easy opening can.
update a story for you on the West Coast. We get word that Dan Fouts, the quarterback of the Chargers, right now is having a knee x-rayed. He took a shot in that game after leading the Chargers into a 7-0 lead over the Cleveland Browns, only in the first quarter. Now, already the Minnesota Vikings have won again this afternoon, but they had to come back a second time after the Bills tied the game at 20-all. They win at 27-20. Dan Deerdorf is standing by Buffalo, so let's go to Dan.
Thank you, Brent Musburger. And Gene Fugit, it was a big win today for the Minnesota Vikings. Good comeback.
Now they're 3-1 with the Rams next, Dan.
The Rams are next, and right after the game, we had the opportunity to talk to Tommy Kramer, the quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings. Tommy, once again, a good job of spreading the football around. 3 touchdown passes in the first half. All the different people. That must make you feel good when you know you have that many people that can play that big a part in your offense.
Well, that's true. You know, anytime, you hate to have to rely on one person all the time. And, now we have Anthony Carter, Leo Lewis, and, Mike Jones, Teddy Brown, all those guys can make
Tommy,
things happen.
What are your thoughts about next week? You got a big game in Los Angeles against the Rams.
Well, we haven't really looked at them at all, but we know they're an excellent defensive football team. But if we go out there and if I can get time to throw the football, I feel that we can have a lot of success against them.
Tommy, how many people that you know thought the Vikings could be 3-1 by the end of the month of September?
Well, I don't know. I don't think there were any other than people on our football team. But we knew if we could stay healthy and Bud being back, that we had some talent on this football team. But we had to keep them healthy.
Physically, Tommy, you're feeling fine?
I'm feeling real good.
Okay, congratulations, Tommy. Nice win today.
Thank you, Dan.
Dan, let me ask you a question. You were around Bud Grant. What's the most significant difference he has brought to the Vikings this year?
Well, I guess stability, maybe, Brent. He really has come back in and installed the system that was there for so many years before. And, needless to say, the players have responded to it. Bud is back. That's a slogan that's circulating around Minneapolis, and it certainly is true. They're playing like it.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. Now, let's get everybody up to date on all the scores. The early games are all final right now. The Dallas Cowboys win again, 17-10. Tough battle against the Houston Oilers. They sack Warren Moon 12 times in that game. The Giants in overtime win 16-10. Elvis Patterson intercepts a Ron Jaworski pass and runs it into the end zone on the Eagles' first series after Philadelphia won the flip going into overtime. The Los Angeles Raiders, 3 touchdowns by their defense, 35-20 over the New England Patriots in that game, and Rusty Hilger suddenly takes over as the Raider quarterback because of an injury to Mark Wilson. Minnesota beats Buffalo 27-20. We just got that story from Dan Deerdorf. And the St. Louis Cardinals win again. And the final in that one was 43-28 over the Green Bay Packers, who did put Lynn Dickey back in at quarterback in the second half of that game. The Kansas City Chiefs run their record to 3-1, 28-7 over the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks sink to 2-2, and just a few short days ago, they were 2-0. But the Rams and the Chiefs have beat them now in back-to-back games. Another surprise team this year, the Detroit Lions. They break 3-1. They beat the winless Tampa Bay Buccaneers. 30-9 was the final there. And Jim McMahon throws 3 more touchdown passes, 9 for the season to lead the NFC, 45-10 over the Washington Redskins, the final in that game. Now, these games are just underway. The Rams, they are still unbeaten, and they are scoreless with the Falcons in the second quarter in Anaheim. Miami and Denver are deadlocked at 7. This is the first time that Marino and Elway have ever dueled each other. And Cleveland and San Diego. Dan Fouts with a knee injury. We don't know how serious. 7-0, the Chargers lead the Browns in the second quarter. The Jets get field goals early, and they lead the Colts 6-0 there in the first quarter of that game. The Super Bowl champion San Francisco 49ers, they are in a scoreless duel against the New Orleans Saints. And college football. Next Saturday afternoon here on CBS, you'll see either Michigan State against Iowa in Iowa City or Arizona State taking on UCLA in Los Angeles. That will be live, of course, at 2:30 Eastern Time on CBS. Then on Sunday, these are the regional games we will cover for you. The unbeaten Chicago Bears go down to Tampa Bay to play the winless Buccaneers. The Detroit Lions, one of the surprising teams, go on the road to play Green Bay. The Philadelphia Eagles, who lost a heartbreaker to the Giants in overtime, will play Bum Phillips down in New Orleans. The San Francisco 49ers will play in Atlanta. The Falcons usually play them very tough down in Atlanta. And the Minnesota Vikings will go out to play the Los Angeles Rams. When we first saw the schedule, that didn't look like a big one, but it certainly does now. And, of course, the NFL today will start it all next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern Time. We will take a look at the Rams' great running back, Eric Dickerson. For Jimmy the Greek and Irv Cross, I'm Brett Musburger. We hope you've enjoyed the NFL Today on CBS. So long, everybody.
The
The NFL Today post-game show has been sponsored by Light Beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer and less.
United flies more people to Hawaii than any other airline. Nobody knows Hawaii like United. Let the friendly skies bring Hawaii alive.
When you look for champions, you look to CBS Sports.